How many games will San Francisco 49ers win in 2025? What's going on, Bang Bang Niner gang and Niners fans? It's your boy Mayo Jones here, back with another NFL record prediction. And this time we'll be give you my record prediction for the San Francisco 49ers for a 2025 NFL season. Let's get things started here. So I'm going to give you my game picks and my analysis to see which games I think the Niners will win and which games I think the Niners are going to lose. So before I give you my record prediction for the San Francisco 49ers for a 2025 NFL season, don't forget to put a thumbs up to like the video, subscribe to my channel more often, and comment down your opinion below to see how far you think the Niners will be. Do you think the Niners make it back to the playoffs? Do you think they win the division, or you think they miss out on the playoffs? Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. Okay, so basically week 1, they play on the road in Seattle. The first week is week 1. Now, this game right here is interesting. It can go either way. Now, last year, both the two teams split with each other. Now, I kind of really know that the Niners, they're probably going to be dealing with some learning curves because, the Niners, really got, new pieces on defense, new piece on the offensive line. And stuff like that. I want to see the Niners lose this game, but even last year they did beat the Seahawks in Seattle, which they could have swept them last year. But Seattle, it's pretty much going to be dealing with a new offensive line and a new offensive coordinator, and I feel like they're going to be dealing with a lot of new stuff, which that's going to favor the Niners. So basically, by this point, I'm going to go with the Niners here to win this game, the first game, because I think they will beat Seattle once, but I'm saying they're going to win the first game because I kind of really feel like, Seattle's offensive line is probably going to struggle to get things going offensively. And the Niners just have the better team and have the better coaching staff as well. And I think Seattle, I feel like the Niners are probably going to be favored by at least by a field goal. So that should favor the Niners to win the first game. I don't think they're going to start 0-1. But week 2, they play against the New Orleans Saints. They should easily beat the Saints because the Saints are probably going to be one of the worst teams in the league because I don't know who the quarterback is. Is it going to be Tyler Shuck or is it going to be Spencer Rattler? If it's one of them, I wouldn't trust a rookie, especially against that good of a defense like the Niners. Like the Saints got a rookie head coach in Kellen Moore, who I'm not a big believer in. Their offensive line is dreadful. Their defense is old, but it's falling apart. So the Niners offensively should move the ball against them. And all of a sudden, the Niners defense should take advantage of an overwhelming offensive line in New Orleans. And also, the Niners are just like the much more complete team and have the better quarterback and coaching staff. So, yeah, that's why I think the Niners will win. Week 3 against the Cardinals, I think they'll beat the Cardinals once. I think they're going to at least win right here at home. I could totally see the Cardinals giving them issues because the Cardinals, Kyler Murray's a tricky quarterback to defend. The Cardinals do have a really good defense that's much improved. Like maybe they can get after Purdy and all that, but at the same time, the Niners are going to find ways to move the ball against the Cardinals, especially their secondary is not great. So Brock Purdy should at least dice them up, and also with them being healthy, I think they should be able to win this game. Even last year, the Cardinals did sweep them. I mean, one matchup they should have won that game when they were healthy, and in the other matchup they just lost when they were not healthy. So I think the Niners should win that game at home, especially they're the more complete team and have the better quarterback and coaching staff as well. Then week 4 against the Jacksonville Jaguars, I think they will beat the Jaguars. I think the Niners, I just have a feeling like the Niners are just a much more complete team, have the better coaching staff, and they're at home. And even a few years ago when these two teams played, the Niners did dismantle them. I think they can do it again. The weakness of the Jaguars is their offensive line and their defense, especially against the pass. I think Brock Purdy will have all day to throw the ball through the air again, especially against a Jag secondary that was really bad against the pass. And, as long as, and I think the Niners defensive line can totally take advantage of an atrocious offensive line of Jacksonville. And then on top of that, the Niners do a better job stopping the pass in Jacksonville. So I feel like as long as you don't give a big plays to Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter, you should be fine. And then if you stop the run, load the box, you should be fine. So, yeah, I think the Niners will win that game. Week 5 against the Los Angeles Rams on a Thursday short week in LA. I think this is where they get their first loss because I just really think that the Rams, they played the Niners tough. Where I think the only issue that the Niners could have in this game is that the Rams pass rush, because the Rams pass rush is really good and they can really get after you, and they won't allow you to run them over. But their secondary is suspect. Like, they give up big plays. So yeah. But I feel like in one matchup, I think the Rams will be up to the task. Even last year, they swept them. So yeah. I think the Rams will win this matchup, especially they're at home and have the better quarterback. And both the coaches and teams are even. So yeah. Week 6 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think the Niners are going to beat the Bucs again because, even though it's in Tampa, I think San Francisco is just a much more complete team and have the better coaching staff. And I just really think that Kyle Shanahan has found a formula to how to attack Todd Bowles. Like, the Niners, they can get after that Bucs secondary. And then if Todd Bowles, unlike, like the Rams and like the Lions and all that, like, if Todd Bowles, if he's too aggressive, I think Purdy can make him pay because he's really good at seeing the field well, and I feel like the Niners can like do a good job on offense picking up the blitz packages of Bowles' scheme. So yeah, and I think the Niners defense will come to play. I think they can stop the Bucs running game. They can get after Baker Mayfield and put pressure on him. And as long as you don't really give up big plays to Mike Evans and Chris Godwin and Kate Auden, you should be fine. And even the game was close last year. Tampa should have won, but San Francisco pulled off. So I think the Niners are going to win that game. Week 7 against the Atlanta Falcons. I think they will beat the Falcons because I don't think the Falcons are a good team. Michael Penix is unproven. The offensive line is good. They can run the ball, but their defense is a little sketchy. I don't think the Falcons really have like the pass rush to at least like get after Brock Purdy and confuse him. So yeah, and the Niners overall got the better defense that can probably make some more plays, stop them to run. They'll do a good job running the ball, and I don't think I don't really see the Falcons be able to at least get after the Niners secondary because the Niners secondary is really strong at like stopping the pass and all that, and they don't give up any big plays. So I think the Falcons offensively will struggle in that atmosphere. So yeah, I think the Niners will win that game at home, especially they got the better coaching staff, better quarterback, and they're the more complete team. So yeah. Next game against the Houston Texans. I think they will drop a game to the Houston Texans because I think the Texans, I just kind of really feel like that, the Texans are just like, I think, the Niners offensive line will struggle on the road, especially against the Texans defense. That's one of the best in football. Like, I think, they can put pressure on Brock Purdy and make life difficult on them. And also, they do have some guys in the secondary that can really man up against your receiving core. So, yeah. So, the question is, can Kyle Shanahan find a way to at least like outcoach DeMeco? Who knows? I mean, this could be the DeMeco Ryans revenge game because he was familiar with the Niners. He was the defense coordinator for them. But at the same time, I feel like the only way the Niners can win this game is Saleh can at least put up a good game plan to at least shut down the Texans offense and get pressure on Stroud and make life difficult on them, which I can totally see the Niners doing. But at the same time, the Texans are at home, and I just think their defense is tough to run on. And I think the Texans defense will win them this game. So yeah, I think the Texans will win that game for sure. Week 9, they play at home. I mean, they play on the East Coast. They face the New York Giants in New York. I think the Niners will win this game based on going from west to east. And the reason why I think the Niners are going to win this game is because the Niners are just an overall better team, better coaching staff, and they got the better quarterback. Like, I don't know who's going to be starting the quarterback for the Giants. It's going to be Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, or Jackson Dart. If it's Jackson Dart, I mean, there's no way I'm taking a rookie against that good of a defense like the Niners. If it's Jameis Winston playing this game, that could be a little bit fluky. I mean, he's probably just going to at least, like, throw the ball to the other team and all that. Like, yeah. If it's Russell Wilson, maybe it's interesting, but I don't know. Like, the Giants' offensive line is one of the worst And I feel like the Niners D line can take advantage of that. And plus, the Giants defense, their pass rush is really good. They got really good front seven. They got Abdul Carter, Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau. Yeah, they can give the Niners problems, but the issue with the Giants is their secondary. So I think the Niners will do a better job passing the ball, but I don't think they can run the football on them. So yeah, and I think they can find a way to at least stop the passing game of the Giants because they don't have a good passing attack and they don't have a lot of good weapons on offense that can really scare you other than Malik Neighbors. So yeah, so as long as you don't really give up big plays, Malik Neighbors, you should be fine. So I think the Niners should easily win that game. Week 10 against the Rams, I think they'll split the Rams here because I just don't see how the Niners, get swept by the Rams. Even last year, the Rams did sweep them. Like last year, they beat the Niners when they were healthy, and in the last matchup, the Niners kind of lost that game against the Rams because they weren't healthy and it was raining, and Purdy was really bad in the rain. So yeah, so I think the Niners will win this game as long as it's nice weather. I think the Niners should be able to win this game, and their defense. Saleh has found a formula to at least shut down the Rams' offense. I think he can do it in this game. So yeah, and I feel like the Niners really need this game more if they want to get to the playoffs because they have more to play for and all that. So yeah, I think the Niners should win that game. Week 11 against the Arizona Cardinals, I think they will split with the Cardinals. So I think the Cardinals will win this game here. I think, the Cardinals might have more to play for because I feel like they could be a team that might make the playoffs or they barely miss it. So I think Kyler Murray will totally give the Niners a challenge in this game, and I feel like he might be the X factor in this game. So, yeah, so basically, I think the Cardinals will win that game. Week 12 against the Carolina Panthers. This is a game, this could be the Christian McCaffrey Bowl. This is the Christian McCaffrey revenge game, especially on a Monday night in prime time. I'm going with the Niners here because the Niners, I think, are just too physical for the Panthers. They overall got the better roster, they're more talented, have the better quarterback and coaching staff. And I just really think the Niners do have the better defense and they have the more explosive offense. Like the Panthers, their O line's good. Their running game will be good. They got some receivers to work with, but their defense is a little sketchy, especially they have so many holes, especially on the defensive line, linebacker, and maybe corners okay, but their defense is a bit sketchy. I think the Niners offensively can move the ball on them and probably score some points because the Panthers defense is one of the worst in football, especially last year. It was one of the worst, especially against the run and pass. Yeah. And I think their defense can make more plays where I think they can get some pressure on the Panthers and make Bryce Young look uncomfortable. So, and as long as their defense don't give up big plays in the secondary, they should be fine. So, yeah, I think the Niners should easily win that game. Week 13 against Cleveland Browns, they should easily beat the Browns. I mean, if it's not raining, because we know Brock Purdy's not good in the rain. But I feel like it's a must win for the Niners. I think the Niners easily win this game because the Niners are just got the better quarterback, better coaching staff. They're the overall better team, and they really want that revenge from 2 years ago where the Niners try to win the game, and all of a sudden, they lost by a field goal where they missed a field goal, and the Browns ended up winning this game. But I just don't know who the Browns quarterback's going to be. Is it going to be Shedeur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, Joe Flacco, or is it going to be it's going to be Kenny Pickett? If it's a rookie, I wouldn't trust him against that good of a defense like the Niners. I mean, the Browns are probably going to be one of the worst teams in the league. I mean, they have a bad offensive line. Their defense is solid, but they're probably going to be wondering how bad their offense is. The Niners pretty much have the more explosive offense, and I feel like they'll make more plays offensively and make more plays on defense. And the Niners defense will make more plays because the Browns offense is not really good, especially they can't really score a lot of points because they give up pressure and stuff like that. It's yeah. So basically, I think the Niners should easily win that game. Then they get a bye week 14. Then after the bye week, they play at home against Tennessee Titans. I think that's the Niners win because they're coming off a bye. They're going to have extra time to prepare and be more rested. And the Titans, I love Cam Warren. He's a lot of fun, but the Titans don't really have the weaponry on offense to expose the Niners defense. Their offensive line is not great. I don't think they can run the ball, but their defense is okay. They're not great, especially against the pass. They're not great. I think the Niners can move the ball against them. And overall, I think their defense can make more plays where they can make life difficult on Cam Ward. And I just don't see a rookie on the road, to get, especially against that good of a defense like the Niners. And the Niners' young defense will get better throughout the end of the year. So, yeah. And especially the Niners are at home, got the better quarterback, better coaching staff, and they're the more complete team. Like, yeah. Then week 16 against the Indianapolis Colts on a Monday night, another primetime game. I think the Niners will win this game because, the Niners, I don't know who's going to be playing quarterback for the Colts. Is it going to be Daniel Jones? Is it going to be Anthony Richardson? Or I don't really know, because if it's Anthony Richardson, I just don't really see how the Colts are going to be able to throw the ball on the Niners defense, because the Colts are not explosive on offense. Like, they can run the ball, but they can't throw the ball. Their defense is okay, but they're probably going to be worn out on about their offenses, similar to the Browns game. So, yeah. So I think the Niners will just have the better passing game, and they'll throw the ball more, and they're just going to be the more explosive offense. And I just think, their defense is a lot better than the Colts, where I think their defense will make more plays to at least stop the Colts offense. And I think, they'll find a way to stop the passing game against the Colts. And I feel like their secondary is really good, which I think they'll find a way to at least stop a lack of a passing game of the Colts. So, yeah. So basically, I think the Niners will win that game. So, yeah, because they just got the better quarterback, better coaching staff, more complete team. So, yeah. Week 17 against Chicago Bears. Last year, this game was in San Francisco, and San Francisco did destroy them. I think they can do it again, because I just don't really know if Caleb Williams is going to be good in year 2, so I don't know. Their offensive line is much improved. They got good receivers. Their defense is solid, but I don't really know if I don't really know if the Bears can really hang in that type of game, especially against a good team like the Niners that are really a fast team. Like, they have a fast defense and a fast offense, which I think Kyle Shanahan can find a way to at least scheme things up against Dennis Allen's defense. And on the other side, I think Robert Saleh will find a formula, to how to confuse the Bears offense and keep Caleb Williams under pressure and confuse him. Because I think, I feel like as long as the Niners defense don't really give up big plays to the Bears receivers or DJ Moore and the other receivers, I think they should be fine. And I feel like they're just going to load the box, stop the run, and all that to get the Bears offense issues. And I think offensively they can just move the football, keep Bears defense on their heels. So, yeah. And especially the Niners are at home. They got the better quarterback, better coaching staff. And they're just a more complete team. So, yeah. I think the Niners will win this game. Then week 18 against Seattle Seahawks. Depending on if the Seahawks really need to win this game, it depends on if they really do need to win this game. Because if the Niners decide to rest their starters, then I lean Seattle here. But if they don't, then I lean the Niners to sweep the season series. But you know what? I could totally swap this, but I'm going to say the Seahawks are going to win this game to split season series, because I feel like the Niners don't really need to win this game, because the Niners could be already in the playoffs. So, yeah, I think the Niners will be resting their starters, and I think this is a must-win for the Seahawks, if they want to make the playoffs. So, yeah. And even the Seahawks did beat them last year, too, in San Fran, which that was a lot of fun. So, yeah. So, overall, I have the Niners going 13-4, and I have them winning the NFC West. Because here's why. Because as you look at the Niners' schedule, it's a bit easy, because they have to play the Seahawks twice, they play the Cardinals twice, the Rams twice, they play a first-place schedule in the Bucs. They play the Texans as another first-place schedule. They play the Rams twice. And, yeah. So that's an easy schedule for the Niners. I can see them being as high. I can see them being as good as 14-3, 15-2, something like that. But I think, maybe 14-3 will probably be their ceiling. But I think they can probably go somewhere from maybe 12-13, 11 to 13 wins. I can see them being as bad as 9-8 or 10-7. But that can probably be their floor if Purdy missed a couple games and most of their players missed a couple games. So, yeah. So I feel like, as long as they can stay healthy, I think they'll make the playoffs. Because last year, they didn't really make the playoffs because they were dealing with so many injuries. Like they were woeing injuries at running back, and their offensive line wasn't healthy. I mean, their left tackle, missed the rest of the season due to an injury. So and stuff like that. So yeah. So as long as they stay healthy, I mean they can make the playoffs though. I feel like the Niners will have a bounce back season. I think the coaching will improve by bringing back Raul Sala, which that will improve their defense at the a little bit. So yeah, I feel like the offense will get better and better, especially especially with Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, and Christian McCaffrey come back healthy. I think that will help. So yeah, and Purdy come back healthy. I think that will help as well too. So yeah, so 13-4 is my record prediction for the 49ers in 2025. So yeah, so you let me know in the comments section below what you guys think about the Niners. So yeah, listen, Manuel Jones, I'm a big fan. Don't Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and you can watch some of my NFL 2025 record prediction videos. So yeah, well, it's again Emmanuel Jones, big fan. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. Peace.